Right.
Thank you. All right, since we're streaming live, we're gonna check. I'm so excited. Hi everybody. We are live streaming on Facebook. I am going to just get our second screen up so I can be sure and see comments, and we're going to invite people if they have questions to definitely jump in a little while. And scrolling, there we are. All right, now I can be present with you. Hello, hello, hello. Ladies, welcome. We're like doing the Hollywood Square things on Facebook Live, streaming the Brady Bunch. We have a couple more people who may jump in and join us, I hope. Welcome. We're talking today about the power of live streaming, specifically Facebook Live, to reach and serve many in this new virtual world that we find ourselves in. And I have some amazing purpose-led, called powerhouse female entrepreneurs here who are clients and friends and colleagues to share their experience around going live. And this is all about some real talk. We're not going to put any spin on this for you. We're going to tell it right like it is, right from where it is. Linda's going to hop in here, and the real deal on going live, and why is it scary, and why what the vulnerability is, and what's possible when we come and meet that and transition through that. And they're going to share their experience about what it was like before they ever did it, and how it felt, and what they thought, and some of that stuff. And then they're going to share kind of what happened and what they did and what it's like now. So you guys, ladies, welcome. Hi, Linda's an empty space in the room, but we are here. She'll be back with us. She's a powerhouse as well. I think we have one more person who may join us. My intention for this time together is to see where we go and to have a panel discussion. So I'm going to ask each of you to say hello and introduce yourself and tell us who you serve, and a little bit about, maybe share a Facebook group or someplace where people can find you. And then we'll do that again at the end of the call, just to make sure everybody knows how to reach you. I am here going to be monitoring our Facebook event, our Facebook video. If I can also see, hang on one second, ladies. I'm going to see. Hello, and see, that's me talking. We're just a little bit of a delay. Let me go there. Awesome. So I wanted to make sure that I could see comments. And we have a little contest that I introduced in our my Facebook group. Susan Rolfe is here, you guys. Everybody knows Susan. Hi, say hi. So for folks who are in the Power Up Your Presence group, if you have shared or clicked on the event that we created, and you show up here and comment, then you're going to be entered to win Facebook laser session with me, a Facebook Live laser session with me. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay. Hi, everybody. So let's begin. Let's go begin with Christina. You were here first. So Christina Solstad, you guys, amazing spirit guided powerhouse of a woman. Tell us who you are. I just said who you are. Tell us where people can reach you, who you serve, and a little bit about your business.
Oh, thank you. I serve spiritual women entrepreneurs and business owners, and what I get to help them with, help you with, if that's you, is to really bring together and utilize both magic and strategy, especially in this rapidly changing landscape, to create true abundance, true inner and outer abundance.
Yeah.
And especially in your business,
yeah,
so that you love it. So
I love it.
That's what I love doing. You're really reconnecting you with you, which fits with what you're doing. You know,
absolutely. We are highly aligned. Always have been, right? We've known each other like 5 years now, I think.
Yes, and it's been quite a while that we've known each other.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm excited for you to share your experience. Welcome, Christina. Rochelle Kitchen in the house. Hello,
Thank
beautiful,
you. Hey,
powerful,
sweetie. Hello.
transformational life and business coach. Please introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about what you're up to in the world.
Yes, I am Rochelle Kitchen, just like in your house, and I help women entrepreneurs and professionals and mission-driven leaders who are really balancing a lot of plates in the air. They sometimes feel like a little bit of a hot mess because they're struggling with worry and overwhelm. And usually when these high vibe women feel this way, they're dealing with what I call a gremlin, that thought, that inner critic that is blocking them from achieving either the success they want in their personal life or their professional life. And so when they work with me, they get super clear on what that gremlin is, how to control it so it no longer controls them, their life, or their business. And so you can, what was the other part of it? You can find me at, again, my Facebook group is Level Up for Life, High Vibe Sisterhood. And you can also find me on Facebook at my business page, Level Up for Life. So thank you for having me, Michelle. This is going to be fun.
I'm super excited.
And that's my puppy back there.
That's Bella.
My assistant.
Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Laurel, I'm going in order of screens today, I guess. Hi, Laurel. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing well.
Laurel is a gifted healer and business strategist for other equine healers. So tell us a little bit, Laurel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, about what you're up to in the world and where people can find you.
Okay, thanks for having me, Michelle. So I am an equine business coach. So I help other equine body workers, barefoot trimmers, positive trainers, and holistic practitioners attract their favorite clients and make money doing what they love. So a lot of times they're a little bit introverted. They love working with the horses, but they're not quite sure how to get out in front of people. And that's how I really got a lot out of Michelle's program. She helped me get out there, and so I'm helping other people to get out there.
Couldn't make me.
I have a Facebook group. It's called Equine Business Group, so you can find me there.
It always touches my heart when I think about these animals that I know so little about, but they're so magnificent, and that there's a whole line of work dedicated to their alignment and healthy, healing. It's really beautiful and powerful. I'm excited to have you here. And I love your lives with your horses. So good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Johanna. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Johanna, amazing business master and yogi of the Divine Not Your Daughter's franchise yoga. Beautiful, amazing woman. I'm so excited that you're here. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
What you're up to in the world.
Yeah, Johanna McLean, and I am the founder of Not Your Daughter's Yoga. And after teaching yoga for like 20 years now in a studio, a year and a half ago, so like divine timing, I stepped back. I didn't want to be attached to a studio and started developing an online virtual yoga studio. I actually started teaching classes a year ago in June, and the whole concept is
synchronicity much there.
Huh?
Synchronicity with the whole world going virtual.
Who would know?
Right.
So I already had my website. I'd already been teaching for a year. It just, but the reason was I noticed from my practice that my practice was changing as I eked up past Medicare age.
Talk, who's counting? Here we go.
Right? It's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, this is not working. Rock and roll yoga is not working. And I think it wasn't working for a lot of women in my age group that still wanted a yoga practice.
Yeah.
So we've created a virtual studio, and I can be found. I've got a Facebook group that is Yoga for Wise Women Over 50. And my business page is Not Your Daughter's Yoga. So
Not Your Daughter's Yoga. So good. I sometimes call myself a former yogi because I haven't taught yoga in years, but I love so much what you're bringing into the world. I still have my mats and I do my own practice, and I am going to get signed up for yours too, because I love what you're bringing into the world. And I think it's so powerful to be able to we're learning the hard way about what we can do on our own terms in our own spaces. So welcome. I am going to, oh, we lost her. She was here and then she wasn't. I was going to welcome one more person into our group. There she is. There she is. And let's let her jump in. Hey, and then we're going to have Linda introduce herself. Hey, Mary, we're live streaming. We're welcoming you. And we're just about to have Linda introduce herself. And then we're going to have you just let us know who you are and who you serve. And then we'll jump into you guys sharing your experience. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Linda Ilsley does so many things so powerfully with such enthusiasm that I don't even know where to start. So I am thrilled to have her here, an amazing chef and healer with food and emotional IQ, bringing master of caring about humanity and the planet and the teens and the humans and all of us together. Linda, I'm so glad that you're here. You're muted. Please unmute and tell us what you're up to, how we can find you, and say hello.
Hi, everybody, and thank you. I got chills. As per usual, hi to everybody. So, Linda Ilsley, I'm in Durango, Colorado, and you catch me right at a pivot point. I just came off from participating.
I'm sorry.
Oops.
My second screen started playing as we're delayed a little bit when we're streaming live. So come on, pivot point. There we go.
So I just finished participating in this project of taking Jeff Walker's PLF formula into the Spanish-speaking world. And I had the profound honor of participating in that, which was a life-changing event, an incredible group of people. And so right now I am in beginning of our new business, which we've gone from, thanks to Michelle and all the lovely ladies, from being that size and thinking the world was very small to now we're basically about to step into an international platform. It's very, very exciting. So our new, after a lot of asking how we could be of service to support and creating the new, we are now partners in a Canadian company that has these incredible cards that support in developing emotional intelligence. How to create a life where our emotions are not creating limitations and stopping us from being our true selves throughout our lives.
Beautiful.
And they are hands down one of the most transformational tools. I had no idea when I found them. So our starting point right now will be children for a lot of reasons, but primarily right now with COVID, there is a profound sense that us as adults, we have a way of expressing what we're experiencing.
Yeah.
Because at least we have the vocabulary. Children do not.
Yeah.
They don't have a way of expressing that. So we're moving pretty quickly into launching these into the Latino world. So the next couple of months, we're starting with Mexico, possibly the US. But
so exciting.
And I don't have a Facebook page because we're in the market research stage and everything is happening at high speed, but we're just in the process of pulling it all together.
Excellent. Well, for everyone who's watching, we have some folks jumping in, people in the middle of storms and video difficulties. So this replay is going to live here on the page. Don't panic. You'll be able to watch this here on my business page. And while you're here, you could give it a like and share it if it's valuable, for sure. Linda, we're so glad that you're here. I want to introduce our final guest today, the very amazing Goosebump City, energy, moving, healing, exquisite presence, who is Mary Hall. Thank you so much for being here. I'd love for you to say hello and tell us what you're cooking up in the world, and if you want to let people know where they can find you. To your point, Linda, about not being in pivot and transition, I know that we can find you on Facebook, and people can tag you here. And if anybody needs to reach anybody that they're hearing from today, I'm going to make that happen. No worries. So we're so glad that you're here. Hi, Mary.
Well, hello.
Hello.
So, well, that's so sweet of you to, invite me, first of all. So
yeah,
thank you.
I love having you here. Yeah.
And of course, I love everything that you are up to. I want to say that first. And I love the Fearless Facebook Live formula.
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about today.
We are. Well, we're going to talk about, I'm excited to hear like what was life going like before, kind of what happened, and then where are you now, and including like how it's impacted or changed other parts of your business or how you show up in the world. So yeah, thank you. Mary. We'll jump into that.
And do you want that now or later?
Well, I just wanted you to introduce yourself. Let us know kind of what you're up to in the world.
Okay. So I'm a healer and abundance coach. I do a lot of alignment so that you can live your best life. So that's what I'm up to.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So I guess that's good.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So ladies, take yourselves back to a time when some of you have been on a journey with me in terms of being on video, and I think some of us, that's how we met, and some of you we met in other ways, and have been a part of my process of creating these training programs and really bringing my work forward. So just take yourself back to that moment, when everybody was talking about video and you needed to be on video, and then Facebook Live came along and it's like, oh God, now I have to be live on video. Are you kidding me? And I would love for you to share. I know that we have some people with time constraints, and I want to just honor the time too, but I would love for you to share, if you can remember, like, what did it feel like? What were you wanting it to be? Did you have like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then it was like, oh wait, this is harder than I thought, or what surprised you? Where were you? What was it like? And then anything you want to share about your process in terms of what changed, what worked for you, and what it's like now when you go live, and if you go live, and if you're not, that's okay too. We'll talk about that, right? So I think, Linda, you had a time constraint. Would you jump in and just talk with us for a few minutes about, what was it like before you ever went live? What was stopping you, or did you even think it was possible?
I actually remember exactly what it was like, because I got that email from Christina inviting me to your program. And this sounds good. Without really thinking it through. What I did not expect was the level of internal change that I was going to experience. In a very quick nutshell, I grew up in Mexico being I'm not blonde anymore, but I used to be very blonde. And part of my internal dialogue was, I want to disappear. I want to be invisible. What I did not understand is what impact that had on everything I had done through my life.
Yeah.
Up until age 50 plus, 50, whatever, 4.
50 and counting. That's what I am. I'm 50 and counting.
I don't mind. I like getting older. But it was very, very interesting in what I thought, oh, it's just another tool, because I had decided at my age that I wanted to go on the one-to-many versus one-on-one, which is what I do with the modality I work with Psyche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't understand the power, one, from working with you, Michelle, and you holding that incredible space that allowed for me to go within and find this. But also what it was going to be like to be on video. I just simply did not think about it.
Okay.
One of the biggest family jokes was, if you pointed a camera at me, I would stick my tongue out. I mean, that was just, even at my wedding, I stuck my tongue out.
Yeah.
So
not a fan of the camera. pointing your way.
Because it made me, again, it brought up this, I'm different, you know, because it would happen a lot when I was growing up, and I didn't want to face that.
Yeah.
So really the process of taking the class with you was incredibly transformational. And I remember I didn't have a problem doing the videos because I talk a lot, as you may have gathered. But I would not post the videos on my page. I stayed in the group. I needed the safety and the nurturing, and then having all of you. I still remember Mary and Johanna and Christina and everybody, Laurel, being part of the class. And because I knew you from our other contexts, you encouraging me to take the step, and then Michelle creating that safe place where I could cry, finding the fear and the block. And then the minute that was released, it was like the world just opened up.
It was a powerful transformation, I remember. And I remember, I think you came through the program twice, right? And it was that second time where all of a sudden you're going live and getting like 1,000 views.
Yeah, I did launch in December, the second week of December, I did my first official launch.
Yeah.
And I got 950 views in a Facebook Live, and it was shared 35 times.
Yeah.
And I actually had sales in my program.
Yeah, so good, so good. Ashraf is saying, you guys all look so natural and calm on video, or comfortable and natural on video, right? Thank you, Ashraf. We've worked at it.
Finish it up. If that hadn't happened, I would not be doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare to take this step. So thank you.
So? Oh, you're so welcome. How so? What do you mean?
Being that visible and facing that fear, that desire to remain invisible would have stopped me from probably doing the biggest thing I'll do in my entire life, which is it's not me, but being the bridge to take this incredible tool to my people.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
In a way where I'm being of service.
Amazing.
At a time when it's so needed by people that really need it, which is the families and the kiddos.
Yeah.
So there's no way of discounting the power of that experience ever, because I would not be where I am at.
Oh, it touches my heart. Thank you for sharing that beautiful story, and to know the relief that I felt and that I've seen you feel of finally being able to simply be and express and see the enthusiasm and the impact and the connection that you're able to make so quickly. We're talking less than a year, all of this has happened for you. It's incredible to see. It's incredible to see, and it touches my heart that ripple is happening. And I know that your ripple is rippling for now thousands and thousands of people. It's beautiful. Awesome. Anything else you want to share? So if we wanted to find out more about the emotional EQ cards, we could tag you or message me, and I'll put you in touch with Linda for sure. Is that the best way to go?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the launch in Spanish, and then no later than mid-September is the goal. But all things considered, because the market study needs to be large enough for us to be able to do this.
Sure.
But the minute that's done, we're going to turn around as well and do it in English, because the need exists in this country as well. It's just right now, I need to do this. I need to go back into my Spanish roots, into my Mexican, and take that as my next stage in healing.
And will you be using Facebook Lives in this launch?
Absolutely. For the build up of the audience on Facebook, we're going to do Facebook and Instagram definitely, and we're looking at Pinterest. You'd say it funny, but I say it funny, sorry, as the three possible initial platforms, just because that's where the moms that we're looking for are going to be.
So great.
So yes, and Facebook Lives are by far my favorite way of doing it. Thanks to all of you.
Oh, that's awesome. They weren't before. The whole camera thing, yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Yay. Change the world. I love it. I love it.
I used to praise myself for not having even my photograph on Facebook.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Yeah. And I know from seeing your lives that the enthusiasm and the passion and the clarity that comes through is phenomenal. So, yay.
It went from, I don't want to do this, take the camera away, I don't want to be on camera, to now I talk about the apricots on my yard and I don't even think about it. I just flick the phone out and start talking.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And what's the feeling around being able to do that? When you think now about like, I can do that and it's not even a thing, what does that feel like?
It feels easy. It feels expansive and joyful. But the bigger part is the understanding of how many people I can reach and be of service to with something that is so necessary right now.
Amazing.
That's exhilarating. Yes. That is, there's no words for it.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, so beautiful. Yay, go get them, Tiger. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, awesome. All right, I'm muscle testing to see next because I didn't craft the order. So thank you so much, Linda. Stay with us while you can. I would love to have some collaboration and talking and sharing as we move forward. Next up is Rochelle Kitchen to say hello and tell us a little bit about what it was like before and what happened and what it's like now.
Sure. Thank you again for having me, Michelle. And I have to tell this story, and I probably will tell this story. You've heard it a gazillion times, and I'm going to tell it again. We met in your Make Videos That Sell webinar. Mm-hmm. And for those of you, a few of you might know my background, but for those of you that don't know, I went from industrial engineer to owning a business with engineering consulting, to being a stay-at-home mom, to entrepreneur again as a women's life entrepreneurs and professionals life and transition coach. And so I'm about the details. I'm the list checker, and I needed to know the deets on how to make videos. So I happened across this webinar, where else? On Facebook. Yeah. And I thought, I'm going to watch this, but I'm not buying anything this little redhead lady is selling. And so before she was a quarter into the webinar, I'm, maneuvering the dog in my laptop and scurrying from the sofa, trying to figure out what credit card I could put this on so that I could be a part of Make Videos That Sell. And it has been a wonderful, blessed journey with Miss Michelle. We've been working together on many levels for, 3+ years, almost from
on 3, I think, yeah. Or just
my business, because I went from Make Videos That Sell to the Fearless Facebook Live to working with her one-on-one, to being in her mastermind group, which I'm still a part of. You won't be able to get rid of me.
I won't ever let you go.
I'm going to be the little birdie that you're going to have to kick totally out of the nest.
No kicking here.
But just in
that, just keep feathering that nest, expanding the nest.
Yeah, I mean, just in wanting to go live, I felt very much called that video was my thing, if you will. And I want to know how to do it. And then there was that sense that, when I'm out and about, I like to be put together, and what do you wear? And what do you think about it? Oh my goodness. And, and that worked up enough to a frenzy. So it was terrifying, absolutely terrifying to think that I was going to turn a camera on and go live. And I now have a weekly show, Wednesday Live Chat with Rochelle, that happens every Wednesday inside my Facebook group at 2 p.m. Central.
in the Level Up for Life High Vibe Sisterhood with Rochelle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am on show number 126. And I remember show 1, 2, 3, probably up to 10. I was sideways. The mic wasn't right. And I remember going in thinking, oh my God, the curtains behind me in my old house were dingy. And I remember thinking, oh, I got to delete that. But going back in and seeing there were comments and people were watching. And then on the times when nobody was watching and you're like, hello, is anybody else?
What do I do?
And feeling self-conscious about that. And it took working with you through the Fearless Facebook Live to really get in that rhythm and get in that groove to where now I can crank out some show notes in a half an hour. Whereas before it would take days for me to figure out, what am I talking about? What do I need to cover? And not feel like I'm rambling and oh my goodness. And I can wake up on show day and think, oh, I'm going to talk about this topic, and boom, 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 crank that out in half an hour or less, or sometimes do it in my head. So it is easy. I do it without overwhelm, stress, and hesitation. And I don't feel like I have to be put together. There are days where I'm in my pajamas on the bottom. I may halfway have on a shirt and a bra on the top and no makeup and not have any qualms about it. I've done lives running where I'm a hot, sweaty mess and my hair is all over, and I don't have qualms about it because it is really about being in the moment and being real and connecting with my peeps. And I learned how to do that through Make Videos That Sell and the Fearless Facebook Live. So because of that program, I now have all those lives. And
you got to tell us about your binder.
Yeah, I got binders all over.
Well, I mean the Facebook Live binder.
Yeah, I got Facebook Live binder. So on the days where I'm not feeling it, I can go to my binder and go, oh, I think I want to talk about this. And these were the bullets I talked about last time. And I can easily, within minutes, pull together something else to talk about. And I have since leveraged those lives into the Level Up for Life library that is now a digital membership product and a huge resource.
And
and I can sell those in packets as free giveaways or mini trainings. And so it has just opened a lot of doors for me and my business.
Yeah.
And I will never forget the day that I came home, and you know, I got to say it, I got to tell the story.
Yeah, I love it.
It was the day that I got divorced, and I had bought an outfit specifically to get divorced in because I didn't want, it was like a death shroud. I didn't want my divorce clothes. And so I bought an outfit specifically to get divorced in, and I had planned to give that away to an organization that helps women, needy women who need outfits for job interviews and such. And I came home after being in court, and I had the appointment with Michelle to talk about working with her one-on-one. And that was the day I hired her as my personal coach. It was freaking scary because it was a big investment, but I still have that blazer that I bought. That was my divorce shroud, or so I thought. That is now my freaking superwoman cape. So I kept it for that and gave another outfit away to the organization. And so it has just made a world of difference. The Fearless Facebook Live, Make Videos That Sell, and certainly working with you in the capacity that we have been for over 3 years now.
It's been
for the life of my business, really.
It's extraordinary to see how you've blossomed and how you've stepped into that, and to know that you have, you've become a leader and you're positioned so well positioned and serving and really uplifting people. I treasure you. I treasure you all, of course. But thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm that little redhead girl. I'm so glad you signed up with the cute little redhead girl. You're an inspiration, and the way that you have leveraged and turned these solid lives into assets, real, tangible. That's 100 plus. How many hundreds?
126.
126 shows that you've done, and it's an incredible resource for your community. You know, people watch these lives, people are commenting here about like, how can I get in and is it going to be recorded? Well, Facebook Live is going to hold this for you. It's going to be here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 365 days a year. So the resource that you have built that you can continue to draw on, and we talk about other ways to leverage all of that, and I know you've just been a master at that, is extraordinary. And watching you step in and lead with your voice on lives has been a treasure. Beautiful. Totally inspiring. Thank you, Rochelle. Yay. Yay. And we can find you at the Level Up for Life High Vibe Sisterhood or Level Up for Life on Facebook, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, you guys, I don't know. This is so fun. I can't take it all in. Laurel, will you jump in and share with us about your experience before
Absolutely.
going live?
I know. So I was another one that started way back when in the make videos that sell.
Yeah.
So I had met Michelle at another event and she was just so supportive, and I found that she had this energy about her where she can do things, and she made it seem so simple. And I said, I know I need to do that, but there's no way in hell that I'm going to do it. And so I joined the course just to see, you know, all right, let me push myself a little bit. And just like the tips and tricks and encouragement for like mindset was so helpful for me in finding my place where I felt at home. And like Rochelle said, how I could connect with my people, which is a little bit of a different audience than most business coaches, because my people are horse people and they're not sitting in an office like this. And so if I were to do a live here, it wouldn't resonate with anybody. And so I think Michelle was the one that gave me the idea to go out and just do it in the barn and do it with my horse. And that's kind of where I found comfort. And having
the horse videos are so good. We get to see you in your element. And it's so exciting.
It just figuring out what to do. I think my biggest fear was, what if I forget what to say? Like literally that was the thing that was holding me back. And the help with that was phenomenal. Just figuring out, like, you know, you can have your paper, you can have your notes.
Yeah.
And make it simple, right? Yeah.
Awesome. So what is it like now when you do go live, and how have lives changed what you're doing when you're doing it? Are you passing that along to your other amazing equine friends?
Yeah, and the funny part is, like, now people tell me on my lives, you know, oh, you look so calm and you make it look so easy. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's not where it started.
Yeah.
It was so hard in the beginning. And so, yeah, I passed that on, but also, you know, it has given me it's empowered me because people comment on the live. And they appreciate the message that I have to give. And so I think that's really empowering for people to hear your message and be able to get your message out there in your element, being who you are, right? Being natural, being your own person.
Awesome. That's definitely my message. And, you know, how do we settle down enough to navigate some of that pure adrenaline and just the vulnerability? It's like it's a real thing. I think maybe when we met I was soft pedaling that a little bit more, but I've heard from so many people who say it for many, especially intuitive healer woo-woo people like us, me, that vulnerability, it really feels deadly. You know, that phrase, I could die of embarrassment, feels very real. And then we turn around and we judge ourselves. What's wrong with you? It's just a video. Get over yourself. You should be doing it X, Y, and that. So I feel passionate about really acknowledging that safe container place, and that whole just do it doesn't work for everybody, and it ends up kind of sitting on top of, if you're just pushing through, you're sitting on top of that. Of the fear or the adrenaline, instead of really working through so that your real, you know, essence can come through in the confidence and the presence. So I've seen you do it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anything else that you want to say about what it's like now? Are you still using your lives, and how's that going?
Yeah, I still use them. And I just want to say, like, you had asked before, you know, how's it helped you? It took the weight off. And I don't want to say that it's easy, because I don't want to like downplay it for people that find it difficult, because I know I found it really difficult. It's not easy, but it's something that you can totally learn how and build the muscle to do, and become more confident in. And that's what I felt like. I just felt stronger as I worked through the program and did more and more.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for saying that. It's important, I think, that we don't minimize how vulnerable it feels for most people, really. Some people get over it. And I think there's a generational thing too. I think there's people under 30 have grown up with these little things in their hands more, and they're a little bit more used to being on live streaming and on video a lot. So thank you, Laurel. It's amazing to see the work you're bringing to the world. I love having you here. Yeah. All right. Who's next? Mary, will you jump in and say hello?
Of course, of course. It's so fun to see everybody.
Yeah.
So Laurel, I cannot tell you how many times I was like, oh my gosh, you are so good at this. And Rochelle.
Yeah.
Right? And Linda, right? Like, so everybody, right? I know that more of you are going to be sharing. So anyways, I just had to say that because I just smile because of how amazing how engaging it is, by what everybody in their own unique way is sharing, what they're up to.
Yeah. Yeah. Sharing who we are. It's powerful,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, well, for me, I've been in the healing and coaching and abundance area for years, and I've always been on the phone.
Yeah.
So I had a very systematic rhythm with being on the phone. Nobody saw me. So navigating into being seen was really huge, you guys.
Yeah.
Huge. And I loved being in the Fearless Facebook Live group, where I got to just practice and practice and practice, and be willing to talk without knowing what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, those are the bigger pieces. It's like, because I always had notes. So, if I'm on the phone, nobody sees me, looking at systematically going through my notes, but I couldn't do that on live. So I had to really have a different way of being with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so thank you for providing such a powerful place to do that.
Awesome. You're so.
And yeah, so I would like to celebrate in the fact that I just did a 2-day live retreat, online retreat, where I was on, right. I think it was probably like 4 hours each day.
Yeah.
Segments. And I had to be just like this, talking and looking at what I was wanting to say, and being in that space of saying, okay, this is where we're at, this is what we're doing, and carrying the conversation while looking at everybody. And it was really powerful to see how far I came.
Yeah.
And
I bet
that. So
awesome. That's extraordinary. That's so good to hear. And I bet people loved it, right? People have been following you for a long time.
They loved it. And I'm gonna do a continuation, just because they've all reached out and said, let's keep doing this, because It was so fun to be connected to all of these individuals that I've been in conversation with for so long. And so we got to see each other and work through some of the healing processes together in that state was really powerful.
Awesome. Awesome. I see a question from Ronell, and we're going to answer that question. I just want to go ahead and thank you, Mary, so much. I love having you here and seeing you come into your amazing presence and sharing that with people through the ones and zeros that are video and live streaming is an extraordinary part to be a part of your journey. And I know that your presence is so powerful and beautiful that I'm sure it's fantastic for your people to get to see you. Yeah. Congratulations.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ronell, I want you to let you know that's an awesome question, and we are absolutely going to answer it. I want to go ahead and have Christina and Johanna share their experience quickly. Ronell is asking, what is the benefit if we don't have self-confidence issues regarding going live on Facebook? So would you guys describe yourself as having self-confidence issues? Some of us, right? Some of us did.
When it comes to video, you
Yeah.
you said it perfectly in your programs, that things are, I don't know how you put it, it's bigger, louder, more.
Magnified.
It's
Yeah.
magnified when you are on camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I could talk in front of people, I could stand up in a room, but doing it on camera, whoa.
It's different.
So it's different.
Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely going to dig into that question. I love it, Ronelle. Awesome question. So to be clear, a lot of people have a different kind of relationship to being on video or being on camera than we do just speaking in a room, and that's the new world. So it's a very relevant issue for most people, and I've talked a lot about the power of going live and what we can do, and we can certainly touch on that as well at the end of this session. I love the question, and I'm happy to dig into it. I just wanted to respect my lovely friends and guests' time here and ask who's up? Johanna, to jump in and just share your experience.
Okay, so yeah, I like everyone else have known Michelle for quite some time,
Yeah.
and I have been the resistor of all resistors about going live. I mean, it was like, okay, I'm going to do it, and then I went to the Facebook Live program. I didn't do anything, and then I went, I didn't do anything. I was like, oh, I can't do it, and you know, Rochelle, what you said is a really good point. I've been teaching yoga in front of students. I have sat on boards. I have been the president of Toastmasters. So it's not like I have a problem standing in front of people. The thing with me with Facebook Live is I felt like I was imposing on people. Other areas, I was an invited guest.
Right.
Facebook, I had this idea that I was imposing on people, uninvited in space. And it was, that was really a big thing for me to get over. And Michelle said, it's really important that people hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
That you're able to give them what they want. And it just, that was a big hurdle for me to get over. And now,
thank you.
Facebook Live, and I'll tell you, like just as assurances, the other day, my sister-in-law called me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that class you did on Facebook Live, my shoulders feel so much better. That was like so amazing." And I was like, okay,
right?
It's not about me.
It's not about us. We show up for others.
You said that to all of us in our mastermind, different event. It's not about you. So I think just realize that people are looking and needing what we have to offer.
Oh, that's a great example. You know, we don't, especially now, like people are flooding for help, right? People need support and healing and help, and so it is time to find our way to share that message for the people that are looking for it, right? Yeah, beautiful. Anything else you want to share about your experience, Johanna? It's so you're joining us again, right? Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Well, the other time I was in a different business, so
you were
really so this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it and seeing new faces, and
we've got lots of good new people jumping in. It's very exciting. Awesome, Johanna. Thank you so much wisdom to bring, and I feel such joy for all of you guys sharing your energetic presence with more people. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. It's gorgeous. Christina Solstad, you go live.
But I didn't used to.
Yeah. What was it like?
Well, first of all, like Rochelle, and some of you others too, I think I was in your first Make Videos That Sell.
Yes, you and Johanna were in the pilot of Make Videos That Sell, 2016, ladies.
And so starting there, I was letting tech stuff stop me. Like where am I going to do it? The lighting doesn't work. I don't really have a plate, you know, all these things, right? I have a good background, I had all these reasons. And then I had lots of reasons, but you helped me get over those, and you had a system. You helped us with the tech stuff, and you had a system. So then I started doing videos, at least, you know, both personal and for my business.
Just for context for everybody who's watching and for you guys, Make Videos That Sell was created about 3 months before Facebook Live existed, right? So some of the stuff that I'm including with the current invitation to join Fearless Facebook Live formula is that technology module. And like, just like, let's get some of the basic things handled. So yeah, so you were saying then the live streaming happened, and how did that change?
Well, then it was a big jump for me to, you know, because it's like, go Facebook, go live. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's a big jump, because then, you know, my background is science. So, I mean, I bring that practical aspect to what I do, but I needed to know, like, what was I going to say, and going to know the steps and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just make a fool of myself going on Facebook Live. It wasn't really a confidence thing. It was just like, yeah, that's just too big a leap. And so you really helped me make that leap to go live. And I actually much prefer it to just recorded videos now.
Me too. Why?
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing reasons. And I do most of mine. Well, let me back up a little bit. When I first really started doing videos and lives was, I spent a lot of time back east on the other coast when my mom was sick, and I would take walks in nature to just kind of chill and reflect on what was going on and stuff. And I started doing videos and I started doing Facebook Lives completely from my heart, completely being real, being me, what was going on. And I actually just, some of them came up recently on my Facebook thing, you know, reminders.
And they remind you. I do love the memories from.
Yeah, and so that was certainly, and I did some stuff for my business, but that was really powerful for me to be able to do that and share in that way. And I really got great response of that, because it was purely speaking the truth, speaking what I was experiencing, speaking from my heart. And I was in a beautiful place back east.
Yeah.
So then,
and sometimes you're on the beautiful place on the West Coast, in the beautiful beach setting that you get to live in. So
most of the time,
yeah,
when I do my lives, you helped me have a system. You helped me to actually do it. That was the thing. I was being in my head. The science part of me was taking over, and I was being in my head.
Right.
And then when I was willing to actually do it, and you are so good, Michelle, at helping people get over whatever's stopping us, right? And not only that, but bringing in the strategy and intuitive guidance and so forth that just really works really well. Plus all your visibility expertise in that arena.
Yeah, hard one, right? Because I was a TV commercial actress and somebody said you should do video, and I was like, oh hell no. No, I don't have a director or a copywriter or a hair and makeup, and like I don't know what to say. Why, you know? So yeah.
Well,
and that
for me, I do most of mine outside when I'm on my walks and that kind of thing. So then I completely let go of, I need to look a certain way, or I need to have it all set up. I just speak from my heart usually. And if it's business, I have some ideas what I'm going to talk about, but I just speak. And, you know, sometimes the wind is blowing and I look really funny, actually a lot of the time. But that's okay. I prefer it because it's so forgiving and people just want you to be real.
Yeah.
And
especially now, right? Like showing up and sharing from your heart right now is, people can feel it. People can feel it. You know, I always quote Emerson. He says, you know, who you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. And Maya Angelou says, people remember how you make them feel, not the words you say, right? And so if we can use this powerful platform to really connect, it's it's a transformational tool. And for those of us who feel that moment, and I honestly haven't met anyone who doesn't have some level of conspicuousness when you hit the go live or the record button, because molecules behave differently under observation. Christina, you're a scientist, right? You can geek out with me on the slit test where, you know, the camera is watching, and that it also feels like 10 million people are going to be watching all of a sudden too, right? If I go live, then I'm going to be on the Tonight Show with millions of people, right? Dating myself, the Tonight Show. I would rather be on Colbert personally, but you know, millions of people are all of a sudden going to be staring at me, and we feel like they're all looking for our faults, right? They're going to look for what's wrong with us and who do we think we are? And well, now what are you going to do if you're going to get up on there and talk at me and be in my space? And who are you to say, right? So it's very real, and I think that it's extraordinary to show up with our stuff, and that's why you mentioned the whole platform of Facebook Live being, or any live streaming, I say, being forgiving, right? People know that it's live, and people want reality. They want the real stuff. They want to feel inspired and connected and hopeful. And a lot of people coming online now don't know, aren't used to like being on video and being visible, and it's all new to them. So I think there's some weather back east. So Laurel keeps popping out and popping in. Yeah, so thank you, Christina. It's extraordinary to watch you blossom and to see you, your exquisite presence and the lovely sunsets that you share with us.
And I wanted to say a couple things too. Is first of all, you can reach me. I have a Facebook group.
Yeah. Let's chat
about Abundant Living for Wise Women, and also
Abundant Living for Wise Women. Beautiful.
Yes,
I'm in there.
A Facebook page, the Financially Free Woman.
Yeah.
And also, you know, I am jumping back in to Facebook Live. Yes, and the reason for that is because I want to get better at the, it's so funny. I can help my clients with strategy really well, but it's harder for me, for myself. So I want to get better at bringing the strategy to my Facebook Lives from my business.
Great. It's super important. So as we up level the strategy of how we're going live and how we're using lives to actually lead people to invitations, and how do we start to talk about it and engage that and have it be like the invitations or the chance to work with us becomes the next natural part of the conversation. And that's why Facebook Live, I think, is such an incredible tool to do that. But we can't just be like, hey, I'm selling this today, you want it? You know, because then we feel gross and people are like, whoa, really? No, I don't. I didn't ask for that, right? So the journey of how do we, I built that into everything. All the video programs really had to have that, and everything. How do we start to talk about what we do in a way that attracts clients? And that's part of the craft, and one of the gifts that I've unlocked my own intuitive kind of download for. But it's always easier for you guys than to do for ourselves, right? To see it for others. So do you guys have anything else that you want to say or share about going live or just being visible in the context of the world today? Do you have an intention you want to state or share, or something you want to have people who are wondering if, like, what's this for and is it worth it, and what could it do for them, kind of thing? Any final thoughts? I'd love for you guys are amazing. I'd love for you to share.
Something amazing. And again, this happened because of Fearless Facebook Live. When COVID kind of just hit, I had an in-person speaking event, and obviously everything went online. And the host of that event, well, what can we talk about? And I felt very called to talk about how now, and Michelle talks about this all the time, now is not the time to hide. So because of the background and the training and the support that I had with you through that program, I was able to create a second talk for myself. And it's called 3 Steps to Go Live on Facebook that will help you be fearless, focused, and get more clients.
Spread the love, ripple in the pond. Love it.
So it was really all about how, as high achieving women and entrepreneurs and professionals and mission driven leaders, that now is not the time to hide, and how we could use Facebook Live to get out our message and get touch with the people that really need us now. Now is not the time to hide your expertise or your message, because as Michelle would tell you, people are literally looking for solutions, and they're looking for the solutions that you provide. And Facebook Live is a great opportunity to allow you to share the love.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. Christina?
Yeah, I wanted to add to that. I think one of the things that's so powerful about the Facebook Lives is, and I notice when I watch other people's Facebook Lives, is you get to feel who that person is. You get to feel their energy, and you get to connect on a different level than if it's a video, a recorded video, or words or something. There's just something about it where there's, whether or not somebody's on it live at the time, because that, you know, but people can keep watching it later, which is really powerful. But they get to feel you.
Yeah.
And that, you know, if there's two people that are, I mean, there's a lot of us doing similar things, whatever field you're in, there's going to be more than one person doing similar things.
Yeah.
So what's the deciding thing going to be? Probably the level of connection they feel, or the energy, or there's something less tangible that they're feeling, and the Facebook Live is great for that.
Who do you resonate with? Absolutely. And so the brain processes moving images and sound differently than still images and text, period. We watch Friends or Seinfeld or whatever the new shows are, and we see the people for 10 years, and then we feel like we know them. And then when they are gone, we miss them, right? Even if we think the show's stupid. My husband and I were just talking about this. Sometimes we watch stupid television shows that are just like, really? But we have to finish them because we need to figure out what happens. It's the way our brain processes it. And so if you translate that to your mission and your purpose and your message, your voice, your face, you are your brand. We've got a branding expert in the house too, with Johanna in her former incarnation. So Facebook Live is a way for you to really step in and connect as the voice and the face of your brand. It's an incredibly powerful tool. Now, and all live streaming is really powerful. We're going to be in the new year, we're going to be adding live streaming on other platforms specifically. But everything that we're learning here in terms of how do you show up, what do you talk about, how do you get the technology, how do you strategize it to lead to offers, all of that translates to any live streaming. And it's just an incredibly powerful tool to have, to reach and serve more people. There's billions of people on Facebook, right? There's billions of people there. And so when you show up live and you're able to connect with your true voice, like how you are, not some other version of you. Like sometimes we feel like I need to be the on me. And in some ways we do create our own public persona, right? We are different when we're speaking to different people. And of course we do a deep dive on that in the programs. But Facebook Live is a place to reach tons and tons and tons of people. And because it's our voice and face, you know, as humans, we're designed to find the face from babies. Babies find the face, right? And they recognize the voice from before we're even out, right? So the power of our own voice and our own face speaking truth that's connected and aligned, and speaking it in a way that our audience can hear it. So that's a lot of what we do in the program, is how do I talk about what I do so that they get it, right? It is highly compelling for the people who will resonate most with you. And those are the ones that you love to support and work with. So I hope that touched on Ronell's question about what is the benefit around doing live Facebook. The other benefits for live videos are that they're way faster. Way faster. To do a 3-minute recorded video, you're probably going to spend 2 hours to a whole flipping day in order to do it, because you're going to rewatch it and you're going to edit it and you're going to stop and start and you're going to do take 2 and take 3 and take 4. And, you know, for me, take 2 is always the good one, but I do 15 before I decide that. Right. And so there's a lot of reasons why. And I do believe that the live platform, even as Christina, you said, people watching the replays, they know that it was live. So there's a different level of credibility. And honestly, people, one of the things that I often share in my master classes is my blooper reel, right? People love it when we, you know, have you ever been to a concert and seen the band like start the song over again? And you're like, oh my God, I was there when they did this and this thing happened and it was so amazing, right? So on live, we have this opportunity to really connect. And there's just some stats, you know, people watch live video 3 times longer, 10 times more likely to engage on a Facebook Live than a still video. People are drawn to them. They want to see what's going to happen. So they're an incredibly powerful tool. That's the answer. I don't see any other questions. Wait, there's a bunch more comments. Yay. Susan Rolfe shared when she used the Fearless Facebook Live program, it's really helped her turn. What is my message? What do I want people to get from it? Return to that and structure, help her focus on what her prospective clients have, so she can be sure to address it and educate and build credibility. Susan's bringing it in here in the comments, and attract people who are likely to buy. Yeah, so it's not so much about self-confidence, but making sure it's meaningful. As you were saying, Johanna, like, I don't want to be bothering people. Adding value makes us feel better, and it keeps people from tuning out, right? It's really important to know how to add value. So thanks for sharing. And I think that there's always some sort of inner work to do around you know, offers and adding value, and how much do we talk about without giving everything away, and all of those things that are an art and a craft and a science. And that's what I love to help people do. I don't want to go, you guys. It's so fun to see you. I know I'm going to see, I think I'm going to see many of you when we jump back into Fearless Facebook Live. It's going to start this week, and I'm going to post the link for folks. Do you guys have any final things to share? Thank you so much. Yeah, Laurel.
Well, so you just mentioned, but like the beauty of the program is that you can do it over and over again, because you know, no matter where you are in your business, like things change and you can redevelop and fine tune and all that kind of stuff. So that's like one of the biggest positives, I think, of your program.
Yeah, it's really fun. And I've been talking lately about visibility is a practice, like our yoga practice or our meditation practice. And marketing and messaging and showing up as a leader in your business is something that we have to implement and do a little bit every day, right? It's not something that we do once and for all and then we're done and it's good and it's awesome. You know, live videos can be continuing to work for us, right? But we still want to be showing up. So and we travel, like you guys are amazing and you're doing amazing things in the world. And you know, you've all evolved since we began, as have I, as is what I bring through, right? So we evolve, and then we need to hit the ground running from where we are. And that's why I love to run the Visibility Power Up, the challenge that we finished last week, because it's a way to reconnect, like look at all the expertise and experience and how it's like fueling, and how your message has evolved and how who you are has evolved in your business and what you're able to help people to do. So yeah, we don't stop, right? We're ever in.
I would like to share something too, because Facebook Lives allow you to be in the moment. That's the biggest thing that I discovered, and that is a huge benefit. Everyone here that is watching and everyone that's on this panel, you're a genius at what you do. And so have you ever just been in it, you're in flow, and you say something brilliant and you kind of like, what did I just say? And you couldn't repeat it again if your life depended on it. But that's what you can experience in Facebook Live, because you're in the moment. You're not in your head and worrying about what you're going to say. You're connected to the client.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful, beautifully said. And that's what I love to help people do. Teach your brain to find the thoughts, to allow the thoughts, get out of your own way, and have the strategy and the languaging and those things at hand, at the tip of your tongue. And that's how that's what happens as you implement and do, right? But then you can really get out of our own way. I know each of you is an amazing teacher and coach and mentor and healer in some cases, and every case, I think. And to be able to know how to drop in and speak in a way that is engaging, of value, impactful, and potentially leads people to wanting to take the next step with you, that transforms everything about how you show up in your business and the world, right? And that's what I love to see people really, because it requires self-trust, it requires message clarity. How do we talk about what we do in a way that actually draws people in and that people get it, right? That's that's why we spend so much time on it in the program, right? But it's really powerful to see that self-trust and the expansion of being able to, download, channel, get out of our own way. It's not like conscious, structured, perfect, scripted to the 9th degree, right? It's freeing when we can do that, and people can feel it. Yeah, people can feel it. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Rochelle. Any other thoughts?
Progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection. Hell yes. Always. Everlasting. Awesome. Susan says she's going to come and play again. Thank you, ladies. Amazing, inspiring women, friends, brilliant leaders in the world. Thanks for sharing who you are and being willing to step up and serve during this crazy time that we're in, and not holding yourself back or showing up again and again just past the edges of your comfort zone to make the difference and the contribution that you're here to make. It's a treasure to call you friends. And I appreciate you sharing your experience around working together. Awesome. And for those watching the replay, I posted the link if you want to check out the program. If you have any questions or you need to have a quick call, you can message me and we'll make that happen. Enrollment is closing on Tuesday, and this offer and invitation, the special pricing, won't be available again this year. So if it's calling to you and you don't have a plan B, like how are you going to do it without help and support, then definitely touch base with us and go ahead and check it out. And if we can support you in speaking up, being heard in a way that is highly visible, empowered, connected to the people who are looking for you, and feels so that your marketing and your messaging feels as good as doing the work that you love, then we are here to do that. That's the space I'm holding for you. And it's an incredible tribe of people to come in and hold that transformative witnessing that will help you to really own and embody your message in a whole new way. Going live. All right, guys, I am going to stop our live stream. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks, ladies.